Hello, my name is Rustin Pierce, and I'm with Fortify Foundation, and we are very happy to share with you our donor cultivation plan. I'm going to quickly walk through the plan, and this is a free resource that we provide for all of our schools. You are more than welcome to contact us with any questions you may have. We would love to meet with you and help you think through this process. But again, let's walk through our donor cultivation plan and just kind of hit the highlights of what's represented here. First of all, anytime we are going to discuss cultivating donors, we really want to go into four major areas. The first thing is we want to identify our donor giving levels. We need to segment our donors. The second thing is we need to determine our donor activities. We need to figure out how we're going to track our donors. And then at the end of the year, we need to evaluate our plan and figure out what worked and what didn't, and make sure that we are moving forward addressing any issues that come up with the plan. A few key questions that you need to answer as a school before you start this process. Number one, what is your mission? Do your fundraising activities support your mission? Do they point people to your mission? And is your mission going to be fully funded through your fundraising activities? Do you have a vision for the funds that are allowed in your school? Do you have an annual fund? Do you have an endowment fund? What are they providing for your school? What are the challenges you face when you're trying to find and maintain donors? Are there challenges that exist that are going to hinder your fundraising activities? And then what are your goals for the year? Do they ladder up to providing what you need for your mission? What are the goals that are short term? What are the goals that are long term? How are you going to achieve the vision you have for the fundraising activities in your school? So let's start with discussing how you identify donor giving levels. I believe the easiest way to do this is to have a wealth screen run, to analyze your database to see what the true giving capacity of your constituents is. Wealth screening is a service that Fortify provides. We do it at a fraction of the typical cost, and we would be more than happy to run a screen on your database and help you start segmenting. Included with the screen is a free 1 hour consultation on how you segment your donors, how you read the screen, how you understand how to strategically use it to make asks within your community. The second step is we want to determine what our donor activities are. This can be a wide range of things. I'm a big believer in a relationship-based fundraising process with lots of touch points. Touch points can be whatever you determine a touch point is. It could be a text, an email, a phone call, an in-person meeting, or any of these potential events that are listed here. We've given you lots of things that other schools have done that have been successful in this packet. They are not going to all work for your school. Every school is different and unique. So you need to really analyze what do you think would be the most logical options for your school, and then create a plan, an annual calendar of how you're going to execute those touch points so that you know you are actively reaching out to every member of your community. It's real important that we track our touch points, and that's our third step is what is our tracking mechanism. Um, if you've ever worked in a school, you know that we go through accreditation and we get dinged on how we communicate. And so we change all of our communication processes to address the issues that showed up in accreditation. And then 5 years later, we go through the review again and we get dinged again for doing the exact opposite. So the reality is, in a school setting, you are never going to be able to communicate to everyone in the way they want to be communicated to, except in your donor segments. You can create individualized communication plans in your donor segmentation to meet people where they are so that you can easily connect with them in the ways that they want to be connected with, but also so that you can create your touch point system around their communication styles. Now, in order for that to be effective and in order for it to work the way it should, you have to be tracking those touch points. The worst thing that could happen is we have a donor who goes 6, 7, 8 months without a communication and we didn't know it. So when you have a good donor tracking matrix and you are making sure that you notate every touch point you have with them, then people don't slip through the cracks. You can personalize your communications and you can engage people in a deeper way. In this packet, we've provided a sample tracking matrix. It outlines how often you meet with people, what their segment is. You can do a lot with this matrix, and feel free to take this and tweak it and adjust it to fit your school. But this is included in the packet, and you're more than welcome to use it. The fourth step is we want to evaluate the plan every year. We want to take time to sit down, look at our entire year. How did it go? Were we tracking well? Were we communicating well? And just be honest about what worked and what didn't. And then plan out the new year going in. How are we going to adjust our donor tracking? How are we going to adjust our relationship building so that we can make sure we're thoroughly pointing people to our mission and drawing them into what our school is doing and how God's using our school. So, what I love about this packet is this summary. It doesn't matter how big or how small your school is. It doesn't matter how big or how small your staff is. Anyone can take this and use it and scale it to meet your needs. So again, we are happy to meet with you and go over any of this. We're happy to answer any questions you may have. And I hope that you find this resource to be a fantastic resource that will help your school and help you cultivate new donors.